merah itu.
Oh itu. Ini jadinya kayak Bluetooth kan dia.
Iya, tapi dia udah bukan Bluetooth. Wireless. Lebih cepat.
Iya wireless ya. Baterainya ini di mana? Di sini.
Iya, di depan. Coloknya dia Type C.
Oh di cas gitu.
Nah, lu ngomongin cas-casan, gue baru mau ingat nih. Baterainya sisa berapa ini? Oh, masih 45%. Jangan sampai ini baterainya. Gue pernah main Apex. Toto habis baterainya.
Apex.
Iya, Apex Legend.
Terus?
Ya udah, nggak nembak. Gokil. Nah, ini kan terang nih gambarnya nih, Pe.
Mana?
Tuh. Webcamnya kan terang.
Oh iya. Itu pakai lampu itu ya?
Iya.
Dipantulin ya?
Makin terang. Berarti di situ yang harus diisi. Ada trivia.
Your turn to ban. 5 seconds remaining.
Udah, ini di ban aja nih. 3 hero ini. Waduh.
Pada carry semua, Herman.
Carry juga dong. Welcome to game. Cek. Welcome to apa namanya?
10 seconds remaining.
Sugis loh.
5 seconds remaining.
Pada
Buset. Ya udah, ini lagi lah. Pada mail semua. Wah, anjir. Gokil gambarnya, coba coy. Wuh. Goks. Gambarnya goks.
jernih ya.
Jernih banget.
10 seconds remaining.
Iya, the best. 8.000
5
bitrate.
seconds remaining.
Kalau ini nggak bisa buzzer.
Nggak bisa apa?
Nggak bisa buzzer. Musuhnya banget. Waduh, last match 25, cuy. Gokil. Keras. Kayak badan gue. Sampai.
Hah?
Ente nggak pakai headset?
Beware of light frost.
Sama aja.
Orang selain.
It is in the land.
Prepare for battle.
My sentiments as
Biasa
well.
sepatu. Berapa sih coil blade? 4 ya.
Wow.
Plus 2.
Forward.
Tapi nggak ada apa-apanya. Jadi 57.
30 seconds to battle.
Oh, this one's in the bag. Hook, line, and sinker.
To battle.
Ntar aja. Gua bikin
It's in
sepatu
the
dulu.
bag.
Ini gue bikin deso kayak attack speed ding sama manta wajib.
Jangan
The
lupa
battle begins.
itu WhatsApp apa namanya tuh?
I'm notched. I'm tossed.
Hurricane Spike.
I'm ready to fly.
Iya nih, ada si
That was my thought.
siapa jenengnya?
NS.
Ya.
Balanar.
Bukan cuma balanar. Undying.
I go in silence.
Undying. Undying merepotkan.
Yes. I'm under attack.
Maju lu sini.
My bow is drawn. Good enough.
Gimana sih ngambil primalnya tuh, Pe?
Into the fray.
Ngambil damage-nya tuh gimana sih?
Itu banyak-banyak creep.
Way ahead of me.
Ngambilnya itu ngambil kan?
So be it. Good enough.
Fuck. Damage-nya berapa sih?
Arrow, fly. That was my thought. Forward.
What? Ah. Sama ya kelakuannya kayak kemarin.
My bow is drawn. Way ahead of you.
Anjir, berapa damage itu?
Onward. Feel my cold embrace. Silent as mist. I go in silence. Yes.
Skadi tuh bikin gak regen ya?
My sentiments as well.
Your bottom tower
Floor regen.
is under attack.
Death comes silently.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Agreed.
Axe is glad that your bottom tower is not Axe's problem. Axe is glad that your bottom tower is not Axe's problem.
That was my thought.
Killing
Apa itu?
is under attack.
Feel the bite of
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Apa mau tukar?
way ahead of you.
Iya. Urusanmu gituin.
Onward. Forward.
Iya. Oh, gua lawan lah.
My bow is drawn. This should make my life easier. So be it. Good enough.
Your middle tower is
Apaan sih orang-orang ini?
Well,
DC.
Radiant's towers are fortified, just like Axe.
very well.
Menarik.
Silent as mist. Agreed.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Onward.
Tahan. Sini, Krip.
Arrow. Find your target. Tastes so sweet. Quiver.
Awas lo, punya ulti. Awas, punya ulti. Cia. Awas.
So be it.
Ay. Aduh. Dicrot. Crot enak anjay.
Faster than an arrow's flight.
Yuk.
My bow has a bow.
Wih, masih ada orang.
The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower.
I'll take that. Battle.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Feel the frost.
Makanya jangan carry semuanya, cuy.
The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower. Radiant structures are fortified with 12 important vitamins and minerals.
Yes.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Forward. I'll cut
Wah,
a
habis.
knot with your name on it.
Habis guys.
Silent as mist.
Wah.
Ruin silence.
Balik, Pak.
That was my thought. Agreed.
Wah, ada balaner, cuy. Anjing. Hahaha. Apa itu
Those
silent?
lanes are lined with the likes of you. Your fate.
Pas banget maksib gua keluar.
So be it. That was my thought. Silent as mist.
Invisibility.
Yes.
Nah, Pe, datang Pe. Rame banget.
Siapa?
Tuh.
Ada si WK.
Forward.
Ada ini.
Mm-hmm.
Ayo andeng.
Very well. I'm on attack.
Astaga.
The enemy's
Ya nggak segampang itulah TT.
fallen. That's likes.
Ya gua habis ini langsung apa namanya? Aganim biar kena itu.
Agreed. To battle. My bow is drawn.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Fuck bro,
Good enough.
hit me.
With your middle tower.
As well.
Ada Zeus.
Axe would shed a tear for your middle tower,
Onward.
but Axe does not cry.
Way ahead of you. Silent as mist. Onward. I'm
Pulang ah. Pulang ah.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I go in silence. My bow is drawn. Very well.
The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower.
My sentiments is I shall.
Your top tower is under attack.
Yes. Let's.
Your top tower is being hacked to pieces.
Oh, ketarik tuh. Ya ampun. PA ke zaman kapan itu anjay?
Tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen. Dire
Itu
structures
PA zaman kapan itu?
super fortified. Like you can't even imagine. The enemy's middle
Pakai
tower has surrendered.
apa?
to
Armulet.
gravity.
Anjay.
Your top tower is under attack.
Iya, PA zaman kapan itu?
Silent as mist. Haste. It's not time yet. Good enough. Feel the bite of frost. Go in silence. That was my thought. Agreed.
Gua mah anteng di belakang. Asal nggak diajar Leon aja.
Into the fray. My sentiments as well. So be it.
The enemy's top tower has capitulated to superior.
Ya BKB dulu lah sayang.
Is thesaurus. Ha-ha!
Forward.
Mega kill.
Maju. Udah nggak ada ulti. Maju.
Silence all.
Ayo lo. Kok nggak bisa? Aduh anjing di Helbert gua cuk. Wah! Anjing gua di Helbert cuy. Oke.
Cut a knot for autumn.
Ini gua anjir.
Tower is under attack.
Fuck. Pas banget nih.
Structures are fortified.
Kalau tadi dapat Hurricane Spike habis itu.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Inilah. Ya. Ente memang ente kadang-kadang. Ya. Ayo gua datang. Fuck, masih ada Zeus. Aduh, gua malas. Kok bisa malam? Kok bisa malam anjing? Shit panjang banget. Bisa nggak sih nggak absen satu-satu anjir. Iya kan? Bisa nggak sih nggak absen satu-satu cuy. Kelakuan. Perjalanan masih panjang. Yang TNT ini BKB. Nih.
Onward. I'll take that. My time has come. I go in silence. Silent as mist. Good enough.
Axe is impressive. The shot was a worthy ball.
I'll need a hand free for this. Yes. Very well. That was my thought. Onward.
Your top tower is being hacked to pieces. Beauty
Yuk perang yuk.
behind their fortification. Your top tower is under attack.
So be it.
Your top tower is being hacked to pieces. Your top tower is falling. Axe needs something to shove. The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Nih, ada. Wot.
My bow is strong.
You broke the enemy's bottom tower. Axe approves.
Enough. Very well.
Your top tower is under attack.
Way ahead of you.
Kita bisa menahan ini. Ayo, Wek. Yuk.
That was my thought.
Sabar.
Your top tower is under attack.
Dia maju.
Like Axe's opinion of you. Your top tower is under attack. Those with eyes to see have covered them.
It's not.
Dire structures can take all the hurt Radiant cares to heap upon it.
My bow is strong. According to plan. Forward. I shall not
Maju, guys.
arrow fly.
Yang lain bodoh amat. Maju.
Has fallen.
Not yet. Attack.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen. Surprising.
Ah, gua mah tower aja lah. Terserah kalian, anjay. Anjay. Tower lebih penting. Betul tidak, Pe? Ya. Ya.
Kalau gua kan perang, kalau kalian tuh harus
Tower. Iya. Tower penting. Empat-empatnya maju ke depan semuanya. Ya nggak ikutan gua.
good game, well played.
Gila, party 2 carry. Kayak bete dia. Ini kan Robby ini kan?
Mana?
Ini lah.
Iya betul. Robby, rumah babi. Mana lo?
Online. Jumat kerja.
Hah?
Jumat kerja.
Si Loboy.
Wah, heirloom gua 2 nih.
Ngechatnya dia.
Enggak.
Skip dulu kan lagi nonton.
Waduh.
Oh, talon Tiwan, cu.
Tiwan sama siapa?
Kayaknya talon sama Tiwan. Iya bener talon Tiwan.
Oh, ya nonton berarti, nonton.
Fisik sama Nikma tuh. Nonton dulu aja, nonton dulu kita nonton dulu.
Lu mau nonton yang mana?
Gua talon Tiwan lah.
Iyalah.
Kita nonton talon Tiwan aja lah. Oh iya. Gua juga ada.
That's why I wanted the Oracle. Not only just for the Fate's Edict aspect of negating all that magic damage, but it's also you're against a Faceless Void. So if he jumps in and chronos someone, they would have been able to have that same.
Wah, Laundrut
promise as well.
si ini. Si siapa?
Savage roll the primal beast in the lane.
Anak.
I guess, but it's
Talon
going to
juga
take a
bagus
little
ini
bit to be able
Mikoto.
to be a lot more impactful. I mean, you could just look to try and isolate.
Indo
that
Pride,
as
bro.
well. It's going to depend on a lot of the positioning coming through from Wiper.
Lagi ya? Oh, kaptennya.
A little bit more control on Talon, that's for sure.
Dire
The
team
stuns
back.
outside of that chrono. I guess Primal Beast is a little bit, but they've got plenty of ways to be able to interrupt that, but it's an AA instead. I mean, how are they going to lane this? Is this a position 4 Enchantress coming through now? And I mean, it is pretty decent with the AA getting rid of the lifesteal from the sidekick, the lifesteal shared, whatever you want to call it, Spirit Link from the Lone Druid, the Dazzle heals, the Oko with the
5
boss.
seconds remaining.
An okay amount of value through from this, but
Radiant
lanes are
team
going to be set up.
back.
I think there is
Talon
potential
menang ini.
in multiple roles here. Because Q has a very good Enchantress as
Udah
well,
satu.
alongside, so they can play it 4-5.
Udah 1-0 kok.
Enchantress, sorry, Enchantress can look to play with the Primal Beast, so we've got the slows to kind of help him stay on top of heroes, which I think you're
10
probably
seconds
more than
remaining.
likely, because the Void is an
5
okay
seconds
laner, a little bit better
remaining.
with those buffs and time dilation if you go it in the lane where it looks really good. So I think that's where the Enchantress can come into play, where you play the Enchantress with the Faceless Void, try and get him out of the laning phase, and pair the AA with the Primal Beast.
Radiant team ban.
I was thinking about how effective it's going to be against the Bear as well. Like, you're going to do a decent job of trading against the Dazzle because you've got the attack range advantage on the AA. And the Enchantress to a lesser extent, right? You could just throw the
Masih
impetus
belum
out
kan?
back
Gua
up,
beres-beres
probably
dulu lah.
win the trading battle. Of course, the extra movement speed on the edge helps with that aspect too. Now, what mid lane are we expecting to see from Talon? Left Mikoto's all towards the end of the draft and have the last pick. Get it through, but look at the bans coming through. That Kunker that you were mentioning before, that's not going to be an aspect. Also, the Ember Spirit gone. Is it a Void Spirit game coming through?
Yep.
Just being able to dodge out
10 seconds
the EMP
remaining.
and the like, and the Dissimilate.
5
Yeah, I'd
seconds
put Void at
remaining.
the top for me. for Talon. It's
Oh iya,
not
satu
a lot
kosong
of damage in
menang Talon.
Chrono, but I think maybe if your both supports have a very good game, and if this is a position for Enchantress, then you can go damage and be able to chuck the impetus inside the Chronos and rely on the Ice Blast as well. So maybe you just look for Hero to make plays, because they don't particularly have that capability. So Void Spirit will definitely help out. What about T1 though? Because we're looking for Cuckoo's Hero. What are their flaws currently that they need to cover with the position 3?
Some ranged hero.
Can they Dazzle 3? Can you go Marcy Dazzle, damage over time for the lane versus the Void? Is there any flex potential here?
Radiant team pick.
I feel like there could be a little bit. Yeah, I was about to say, I was going to say that, no, it's fine. But I'm sure chat's going to be just exploding right now because Cuckoo Venomancer is a little bit of a meme from back in the day. It kind of, I'm a little worried that we're going to see a similar thing of what we saw last game. You know, you're spending a lot of time in the lane, you might get a decent amount of farm there, but then you just fall off if you don't have this ongoing impact coming through. And it's not like you've got the easiest way to get in on top of all of these heroes and drop your poison over, right? You're just going to get chased down pretty easily. You're very immobile. Yes, the Gale slow is kind of nice against the Primal Beast. So maybe it's actually a Whitemon Venomancer and it's a Cuckoo Dazzle. I wouldn't hate that just for the slow against the Primal Beast.
Choose your hero.
Void Spirit we were talking about.
Very cool.
Let's see.
It's also
where we end up going.
Okay, we'll be Cuckoo playing the Venom. So the lane matchup versus the Faces of Void is pretty solid for the Venomancer. Like, you do have damage over time, which the Faces of Void is going to struggle with, but as a game answer, it's a little bit different though. Like, Faces Void has the capability, especially with this Aghanim Shard, to jump in on the Venom. If it doesn't look like a good fight, you can jump out. They've got a lot of damage in the Chrono, Ice Blast as well, and like Venom is a hero that kind of wants to itemize a little bit more for the versatility, I should say the utility is what I was looking for. Just some auras maybe to help buff himself up. And I don't think you can do that this game with the Ancient Apparition. So it's nice for the lane, but the game I'm a bit concerned about.
I think you could probably still look to go into something like a pipe on the Venomancer. Honestly, even just the Wraith Pact would be pretty decent on Cuckoo this game, right? Sure, the lifesteal won't have as much of an effect because of the Ancient Apparition, but just reducing a lot of the damage that's coming through from, you know, your Primal Beasts, a lot of the burst from the Void Spirit as well, even just the damage inside of the Chronosphere, having that Wraith Pact up and running, even just for the extra damage that it's going to be able to provide over to your Lone Druid could be pretty significant. So I could see it going down that route. The thing that I want to change this time around for T1 is they again don't really have anyone outside of Zephyr on his Marcy that's going to be able to find the backline. And I feel like that's again going to be so very important. You need to make sure that you get that instant lockdown onto the Void Spirit, because what is there? What's going to stop Makoto from just running around in a lot of these team fights? He's highly skilled enough that he's not going to get caught out by Tornado EMP combos. Probably not going to let a Lone Druid there get close enough to him. So it's all on the Marcy right now. So I think that's where Talon are going to be looking to focus a lot of their attention, is just where is Marcy in all of these team fights and how does that impact how we can take some of these engagements.
We'll see what's in store for us for this second game here. Talon one game away of moving over and booking their ticket into the grand finals. But then I think we're going to game 3. I like T1's lineup. I'm concerned that they are just going to be able to run over this game with the heroes that they've got. There's a lot of synergy with the Lone Druid. You can give the bear the Alacrity, you can give the bear the sidekick. They've got winning lanes, which is incredibly important with a lineup that needs to end the game early. An Ancient Apparition Enchantress, they're going to struggle with heroes running you. Faces Void 2 will struggle as well. I think T1 are going to be able to take this.
I think T1 have the potential to take it. I think if Talon are going to, it's going to be on the back of this top lane. KP and Q need to dominate this lane. Yeah, level 3 probably is when we're going to be looking to see some of those timings come out for KP in particular, with the trample, just able to get that through, try and focus down the dazzle.
30 seconds to battle.
Might just be contesting the runes, but could they be considering some kind of a lane swap, or maybe just starting Whitemon down on this bottom side of the map?
Savage. Already having a fun time to these heroes. Showcasing how the lane is going to start to shape up. You were mentioning that you feel like Talon need to body top lane against the Ana Lone Druid. Do you feel like they can though? Because Lone Druid and Dazzle are some very strong
prediksi
laning
dulu
mates.
Yeah, but you're still probably going to be
Ya.
able to nice fast quits there from Ana, being able to secure
Itu
the
berapa
berry room.
kalau yang di YouTube?
I feel like the Dazzle's going to be in a much more vulnerable position. You know, you're one of these supports that, sure, you have a great defensive capabilities once it gets to the mid game, but in the lane, you're wanting to abuse that poison touch for as much as possible. So Whitemon is going to need to be very careful with his positioning, because if he goes forward just a little bit too much one of these times, if KP, maybe it's going to be up until level 4 that it actually happens, but if you can get that onslaught and trample off onto the Dazzle, then there's really not much you can do about it.
Get to see the exciting battle between the mid laners once again with Makoto and the Void Spirit and Thompson on. God. Invoker player who, I mean, he's been known to make some incredible plays, Mr. Thompson, on this hero. Pioneered some of the builds, so we'll see how he's going to be able to shape up. It should be a pretty decent matchup, honestly, between the two. As the game goes on, it's very nice for the Void Spirit to be able to get on top of the Invoker, but Thompson will have this slight advantage with being able to purge off the Resonant Pulse Shield.
Now that it's been buffed up a little bit, the Aghanim Scepter being able to add to the amount absorbed rather than just refresh the base amount. Spirit plays out there.
I think this lane is very skill dependent. If Makoto hits a couple of Aether Remnants and is able to put Thompson in a threshold where he's a little bit weak, then he might be able to get more last hits, but if he misses some Remnants, it could be a little bit more difficult with how he's going to be able to fare in this lane. But take a look at our side lanes for the moment with how top is shaping up. You said this was the all-important lane here for Talon. What are we looking for in regards to the level timings? When can they get active?
I mean, they can get active as early as level 2, depending on the positioning. Nice deny coming through there. Scale. The one skill point on both of these heroes right now that's an active, so time dilation's not going to do the most. But yeah, like it's going to depend on Whitemon's position. If he's out of position, then an onslaught into a trample can end up killing him, but that's not going to happen until level 3, because 99% of the time you're going up roll level 1 just because of how effective it is and buffing up your damage for the laning step.
With the bottom lane, we already see Savage leveling up a point in the time dilation. Do you feel like, is there ever a reason for him to go an extra level in a lane like this in particular because of Venomancer?
I don't think so necessarily. I think he just wants to be using that time walk as much as possible. Whenever you're against like these ranged, oppressive heroes, time lock isn't really the biggest value to get in the lane. So I think it's mostly just about the survivability. Hyde's going to be doing a lot of the pressuring and the damage. Get that safe farm as much as possible.
Both supports on bottom, recognizing their role. If he blocks the hard camp instead of the small camp, so making sure Hyde's not going to be able to play with any of the creeps. He does have some camps back towards the outpost, however.
Assassin trying to bully away Zephyr here a little bit. I hate this creep so much, man. It's so annoying whenever you got a tango running. In terms of that mid lane that you were talking about before, it really does feel like Thompson's going to have a fine enough time in this lane. You mentioned that if he gets low on the back of some Aether Remnants, scratch that, he's actually getting a few right clicks in the face.
Nice dodge, Makoto with the dissimulate. It's got the right click range, all the new heroes can hit from afar, and you see, that is exactly the case here. Makoto finds a solo kill, and he'll get a tip as well from Hyde. Beautifully done.
Cast a curse strikes again. Just able to get the kill. I mean, it's Makoto, right? Number 1 in SEA for a reason. He's even going to be able to secure that water rune for himself once he's picked up this bottle. Boots and the raindrops, I like it. Able to withstand some of that pressure coming through Thompson, but I really feel like that shouldn't be happening. Now, that's only on the back of getting hit by the Aether Remnant. Otherwise, your boss, your ranged, pretty equivalent in terms of the right click damage that you're able to do. So, better to get that early kill. That is just heavily based on the skill.
Discreetly.
Top lane, Whitemon. A little bit of trouble here, KP. Trampling all over the Dazzle. This is something you were mentioning, that Whitemon's going to have some issues with his positioning in this lane. themselves. Going to be cancelled off instantly. KP needs one more right click, and again, one of the new heroes being able to right click from afar.
I wonder if they actually... Sounds weird, but did he want to die? I don't really feel like it. He's got more than half mana, but you had a skill point available on Ana at the time, and he didn't choose to put it into the Savage
Bottom
Form,
lane,
which would have been safe.
He's in a bit of trouble as well. They're going to try and chase him down in the tree line. Zephyr will finally re-enter the lane, but great Delta split. They'll avoid the jump in from Zephyr. And the toss, it'll only set the Conqueror packing. Well, they're even considering about keeping the Dazzle down, but they're going to look to join in, so it's just going to be the two members of T1 at the moment. Savage, time dilation once again, and he just gets the time walk away, but now Q, he's going to enter the party. We'll have the Ancient Apparition. There's a little bit of an unfair advantage. It was a 2-on-2. It was nice and even, but now with the position 4 coming down, I'll get that +1 required to kill off the Marcy.
Another Centaur Conqueror here from Hyde. They might just look to go in onto Cuckoo. He's still very slow at this stage, and don't really want to be using the Venomous Gale just onto a singular support. That's just free reign. Oh, he's actually using the Gale onto the Conqueror instead. Is he just dead here?
Just gonna try.
He'll
He
be
should
able
make
to
the
TP
TP.
away. But I mean, now what do you get out of this lane?
They're gonna be able to chase down Makoto. More right click white one just out of range to be able to reapply the poison attack. Zephyr can toss him back, but it will not matter. Makoto want to pop the DD for some of the bottle sips, and he will not need to. Talon.
I mean, this bottom lane, you specifically picked this Venomancer to be dominating the lane, and it certainly isn't the case. Faceless Void, second on net worth. Cuckoo on his Veno, all the way down at the bottom of the course.
And this is exactly what you need for Talon, because this Faceless Void will take a long time to come online. And T1, they have a lineup that want to end the game early. So the fact that Savage is going to get an item earlier than probably what they would be expecting when they were looking at the draft.
Oh, he's going to go into the Midas as well, playing around that standard Talon style, right? There's no amazing heroes that are going to have damage going inside the Chronosphere super early on, so he just wants to be a little bit more passive. He wants to be able to farm up the jungle, open up the map a bit more for Enchantress, AA, to get some of those early-ish levels.
Feels like we're going to be putting a lot of attention onto Tops in this game to make his rotations. Now, I was mentioning he was a bit of a pioneer of some particular Invoker builds, and I'm seeing a Treads into a Falcon Blade. I'm yet to see this. Maybe some of the other regions in the qualifiers have pulled this out, but this is able to shape out for the Coswex Invoker.
Does mean that you're able to keep up somewhat in scaling though, which is always nice whenever you're an Invoker and you're not going down the Midas route. Wants to be a little bit more brawling oriented, considering that you're playing with a Veno, you're playing with a Lone Druid, very early timings, playing with a Marcy.
They're gonna dive Thompson. Makoto, he commits with the double ultimate. Makoto's now stuck under the T1 tower. A Remnant will provide a little bit of distance away, a couple more right clicks, and now with a poison touch from Savage. What a rotation! Makoto clipping 3, they've got Cuny by as well. Talon, they're on the ball in the second game. Even KP said screw it, I'll come join the mid-team fight as well as Talon. 6-0 star.
Fortified.
But top side, they've left it kind of solo here. Ana, as soon as that happens, just with that Blightstone, the Gloves of Haste, immediately goes into full-on rat mode. He wants to make sure that you're getting something in exchange for this, and Green Tower taken with just one person. They're going to look to respond with everyone for this. They actually end up cancelling the team. Who was that on? That on top side.
Thompson's over here. And now they can just chase down Zephyr. Another kill for Talon. T1 tower claim mid. Uh-oh, this is not how the lanes were supposed to go.
Ana's playing very aggressively, just wanting to push this lane as quickly as he can into the tower. Back off down towards the bottom side, so some valuable net worth going away. Yeah, the experience, but now he's just... This is the game on Ana. Previously, it felt like Thompson was doing all of the heavy lifting, but... Decent start here. They're going to look to try and run down the AA, and probably will. Use it, have the TP, but wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything with it either. If you could take away 2 tier 1 towers, then things don't feel so dire for them. They're going to be able to come back into this game.
Playing Thompson, he's going to be in some trouble here. Makoto gets a jump, a nice sidestep. Thompson should be able to hold the back with the tornado, but Talon, they're still pushing on forward. I think Cuckoo with the rotation at the moment. Power rune for another 20 seconds as well, so both sides will themselves back away.
bottom tower has fallen.
Tower.
That kill as well down bottom gave some urn charges to Cuckoo. One thing I'm a bit concerned about is Thompson does have an urn queued up, however, so we'll see. Oh, looks like he has committed into it. So got some nothing crazy, but
Tower is under
You
attack.
can just get a null tally.
yeah. Very close to getting
Looks
the
like cordwood before
onslaught
axe is
into the
out.
teeth. He's
buying it.
Tiger's top tower is under attack. Tiger's top tower has fallen. Your edge needs sharpening.
It's really nice stats. So, I mean, Cuckoo's just going to be forced to backpack it every
Alright.
time. Look at
Quit
it,
half
come
of the
on,
copium,
man.
bro.
1.4 mana regen, 2 all attributes, 2 armor. The stats are incredible. Like, it's a very, very cheap item. What it provides you is nice, especially with a Venom who does have some mana issues. And, like, you're okay with it. Just backpack it. You don't backpack it, then we got some issues.
Okay, so how long until you think Cuckoo is demanded to sell this this
He
urn
won't
that he's
sell
got
it.
right now?
No, he's not gonna sell it. If he doesn't backpack it like 2 times, I'll hold that thought mid lane. This is not an easy kill at all, and you see Makoto
where's the
recognizes you
lockdown?
how his exactly. Okay, so if he doesn't backpack his urn like maybe a couple times and then make a mistake, then he'll be told to sell it. In trouble. Try to onslaught away, but that will be stopped instantly from T1. A much needed kill to get them on the board.
Right, Thompson got the urn charges. He still doesn't know, maybe, about the situation. Hopefully for T1's sake, doesn't come back to bite them. Does allow for a whole lot more of that chain stun, considering how lacking they are in it. Maybe now they can look to go for a few more of these +1 pickoffs. But like I was saying before, up against this Void Spirit, Faceless Void, even the Primal Beast to a lesser extent, need Zephyr to be there if you're going to get any kind of lockdown happening.
What can we expect out of Honor and his timings in this game? Because we do see he's pretty much one of the few cores on T1 that he's getting a ridiculous amount of farm. Working to the Desolator is his next item. Is that Deso going to be enough for T1 to start to group up?
I don't think the Deso is for the purpose of T1 grouping up. I think he's just going to continue playing full rat mode. He just needs to try and do that to drive Talon away from putting pressure onto the Venomancer and the Invoker. They need time to be able to come back into this game, and that's what the rat style is going to do. It's going to force defensive rotations, which means that Thompson, Cuckoo, they're going to be able to pick up a little bit of that extra farm. Honestly, even Zephyr as well. They're prioritizing him to get a decent amount of net worth too.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Coming through.
Might be able to pick the bear. The Makoto's in a bit of trouble here if they can keep the roots going. Zephyr's going to look to jump in. The great jump out from Makoto, and they do end up getting the bear kill. To the top side of the map we go is Cuckoo. It's the poison over off. It's going to clip onto both the heroes here, but Savage feels like he has an opening to drop the Quota Sphere. Makoto's going to be nearby with a double damage rune. He'll use the remnant onto Cuckoo, then they'll be able to turn to deal with the Dazzle. Beautifully done from Talon as they bring 4 members to be able to take the skirmish top.
Just like Dyer's bottom
And
tower.
immediately look
is
to try and go into the mid push, but you've at least got
Thompson's
people
positioning.
around this time. Yeah.
He's got Zephyr nearby. They have to spell off the double damage rune. Makoto, he goes in. And now he's out of ultimate charges, so Anna, he can freely charge him down. They'll give the alacrity over to the bear, but once again, the 8th, the remnant. Buying enough valuable time for Makoto just to get out of danger. Delivering some of these bear, this is important. Getting blast, they've been given the movement speed
Makoto's
as
committing.
well.
So close. Would have been a full minute without that bear. Effectively a useless position 1, but it's again a much more defensive movement that's forced out of Talon. They really wanted to make sure that they were maintaining their tier 1 mid. If they get the opportunity to do that, it means that Cuckoo is able to sit up top, holding on to his urn with 0 charges in it at the moment. Thompson needs to get into that Witchblade. They need some of that consistent damage coming out that's just going to be consistent across the Time War. It's going to be going through the Resonant Pulse Shield, just preventing a lot of these Talon heroes from being a lot tankier than they have any right to be.
I think, oh, T1 just smirked under the ward. Going through Savage will be okay. I think for T1, really, the big thing for them is they need to take this T1 tower mid and then start to ward around Roche. You have this Deso coming up shortly, with the 1 point alacrity, nothing crazy, but you have maxed out the sidekick, so you will be able to take objectives, but you need the T1 down first to be able to open that opportunity.
Radiant's middle tower is under
mods down.
attack.
To do that, seeing as well, are we just
Radiant's middle
finished up
tower
the
is
Deso
under
on-
attack. Radiant's middle
I don't
tower
think so.
has fallen.
One more Mithril Hammer, I believe.
Okay, one more Mithril Hammer. I mean, it's a decent enough timing, but the thing is, it's going to
Dyer's
become so much more
courier
difficult for
shall carry
T1
no
as soon
more.
as KP gets into the BKB for himself. He's only about 1,000 gold away from being able to do so, and he's got that. He's just able to dive in. Nothing that they've got is going to be able to stop the tramples from, again, just going in onto the backline and creating a ton of havoc. That's where Faceless Void is in his absolute prime, when he's just able to play within chaos.
Look at the farm they're getting across the map on Talon. KP gets all the triangle. Meanwhile, T1, they tried to invade Radiant's triangle, but the Ancients haven't spawned. The hard camp wasn't there as well, so Ana has to run to meet the creep wave up top. So a little bit of time that he wasn't getting farmed. The rest of T1 are also grouping up at the moment. So this network lead continuing to grow for Talon. It's up to 5,000 now.
Dyer's bottom tower is
I need
under
to pull
attack.
these creeps off of the tower, though. I want to have too much free damage going into that one. I have to ask as well, are we even calling it the triangle anymore? Because it was the
Radiant's
triangle because
courier
there were
has
3
been
camps to farm,
slain.
and now there's no small camp. So what is it now? Is it a line?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Dyer's
sticking with
bottom
triangle.
tower
It's
is
just
under
easy.
attack.
I think everyone knows it kind of by that now.
What if we called it something and then it could be our thing, you know?
Dyer's
Like
bottom
Dakota
tower
Slack's
has,
calling the
taking
Radiant
many
Tier 2
wounds.
tower at bot lane, the Jeff Hill. Tried to call this this stand.
When did you try and do that?
A couple of days
I've
ago.
never heard that. Oh, okay. That's a big item for Makoto now to complete. Scepter coming out on the courier. They're gonna chuck the Ice Blast up the top. Maybe feeling like KP can jump on it. TP's coming in as well. Ice Blast won't connect. Let's see if they're still gonna go for the Druid. No, not the case. KP just wants to clean up. I really like how Dire are playing. Like invading the jungle. They're incredibly strong right now, even though they are 5,000 gold behind. I think one pick off and they can go into Roche. I don't believe they can do it right now because of all the ultimates still available for Talon.
They seem to think they can.
This is scary, man. They could definitely execute the fight and prove me wrong, but with all the AoE ultimates that Talon have, this is going to be a very difficult Roche if Talon do contest it.
Has Hyde got any creeps to be able to play with? Maybe that was why they just emphasized so much in making sure that they took away at least the medium camp from the, not calling it a triangle, the area, the Radiant Ancient area, because that would have allowed them to just scout this out much more easily. So just little plays like that, preventing the engagement inside the area. Early smoke coming through, just allowing Ana to finish off the Roche for themselves, maybe trying to catch them off guard.
Catch Makoto. The chain control has to be ever so perfect, and he's lost mana now, Makoto. So he's still got enough to be able to get. Yeah, shot to Thompson Invoker. What? Oh my lord.
Read like a book. And they know where Savage is as well.
Is under
Oh my
attack.
lord, beautifully done from T1. You get Roche, you get a crazy kill onto the Void through it thanks to Thompson's Invoker. This is why you pick him as hero.
Behind their fortifications.
Indeed, and they know exactly, like I was saying before, where Savage is. They know he's playing to the right-hand
Radiant's
side
middle
there.
tower
Just need to
is
watch
under
out for any
attack.
sorts of TPs coming through, but sidekick on a bear that's already life-stealing so much naturally with the Mask of Madness, and now the Desolator
Radiant's middle
is one of the
tower
big
is
strengths
under
that they've
attack.
got, just able to
KP?
melt these towers.
Hang on, he's gonna just charge into the middle. KP. Suppose with a fresh BKB completed, so he feels strong enough.
Radiant's middle tower has
Look
been
at the T2 tower.
denied.
Very nicely done for T1. This is a lot of their timing here off the back of the Aegis. They need to continue to play aggressively across the map.
Dyer's bottom
What a fight
tower
here though on
is
Talon.
taking
You've got a
many
great one to the high
wounds.
ground. KP's just going to look to try and target down with the Venomax.
Yeah,
So with the
nice.
Ice Blast following up forward as well. Cuckoo's going to charge into the middle to at least get the poison over off before they secure the kill. And T1, they can turn it around though if they get a couple lucky roots out, and they will do just that onto the Primal Beast. But towards the northern side, Thompson, he's been caught out, is in trouble at the moment, but Savage, he doesn't even get the Chrono off. Pump faked it for the first time. The cold stat was able to disrupt the second use, and they kill off the Faceless Void. But can they catch up to Makoto though? Into the tree line, a perfect timing with the dissimulate. He will have an ultimate charge up shortly, so Makoto should be fine.
Afford to give your life up like that though on Savage. Doesn't have the BKB finish just yet.
They see Makoto under the ward.
Them though. A lot of those charges back up, all cooldowns available.
Daytime.
Quick fingers.
Honestly, maybe if it was still nighttime, I would have been able to get that kill, but
has
coming
been
today, the
slain.
perfect timing. Hobson, what's he lose? Just the Ogre Axe on the Courier. Close to anything. Hide! We'll be alright. We got a ball game here. We're starting to get a little bit out of control, but again, T1, they've got Aegis for still another 2 minutes 30, so they are in fighting shape. They can get a lot more map control off the back of this.
Got to be careful with where he's positioning as well. The vision right now that Talon have is kind of minimal and revealed on the map too much on T1. So forward solo though, just trying to push this lane out a little bit, play around with the rest of his team.
To Radiant's bottom
Act as bait.
tower.
He knows how juicy of a prospect he is, but bot lane feel like that is a much sweeter option rather than just getting a single kill into the Faceless Void. This is a high reward, low risk play when you've got a lone druid as farmed as this, as well as a double creep wave with the siege creep.
Before axe is axe. Dyer's top
gonna go high
tower
ground. Why
is
not?
under attack.
The Plague Wards to be able to set themselves up. You've got the Alacrity on the bear. You can even chuck out the sidekick as well. This bear is going to do a lot of damage. Talon need to address it.
And they hold long enough for Savage to just get 200 gold for that BKB.
Dyer's top tower is under
Finish this
attack.
up before he's able to fight.
Oh, they're going to target down the bear instead. Look at the poke damage from afar. They don't even have to heavily commit.
Dyer's top tower is under
Brave.
attack.
Will it survive? Ice Blast as well, but no, the bear goes down. Very nicely done. Honestly, dude, this Ancient Apparition with the action and match out Ice Vortex,
Much
he's
like
going to get a lot of
Cordwood
fun. We'll
before
see how
axe is
difficult it
axe.
is to siege into
Dyer's
this.
top tower
Oh yeah, it's
is
very,
under
very good.
attack.
Just sit yourself in the jungle, still have that full global
Dyer's
impact because
top
you've got your
tower
ice
is
shards.
under
Really
attack.
cold feet, the chilling touch, they don't do much in a lot of these team fights. So yeah, a greedy support is really enabled by picking this Ancient Apparition against all of this regen and healing that they've got on T1 side. But they were able to get the BKB up on 23 Savage, so now he's able to fight. He's able to fight a little bit, play a little bit more around the rest of his team, just in case fight does break out. Really wants that Aghanim Shard though, to be able to consistently have that impact in a lot of these team fights, to perhaps force out some unideal BKB and spell usages.
T1, they
20
just
seconds
smoked
left
under
on this
Observer
Aegis.
Ward.
Yeah. Bait this out for as long as they can. They'll have the timer ticking down basically right on the 23-minute mark. Might even look to go for a crazy engagement in, just popping Hyde on the front lines. He's going to be the first one that defies any kind of smoke play, and good, solid, consistent positioning coming through from Talon this game.
I like this call from T1 though. Like, they scan on the high ground, recognizing that Talon are up there, and they cannot address that, so they're just going to look to go bottom instead, force them back away from their power position. I don't believe they can commit though, because we saw what happened last time with the bear, and you don't have the Aegis now. So as long as you just force Talon away from this powerful spot that they were playing in, now T1 can get a little bit of the jungle control. And really for me, I feel like T1 are just trying to wait out till Roche spawns. I don't think they're strong now to take team fights until they have the second life again.
Yeah, it really does feel like they want this AC as well, minimum, on Ana, just to make that push even easier, even just providing a little bit more of that sustain for the rest of your team against the eventual right-click damage that's coming out from Faceless Void. Even Enchantress to a slightly lesser extent. I guess you've got the impetus, but you got the BKBs running, it helps out a little bit
Dyer's
too.
top tower is under attack.
It's a Venomancer enhancer.
It's a
Cuckoo
interesting
did
item.
go into that pipe we were talking about, pipe or the Wraith Pact, so really wouldn't hate seeing him go into the Wraith Pact next. Feels like the item that he was more comfortable in getting into right now, just so that you can commit yourself 30% magic resistance without even popping the barrier. Quite significant.
That aim disc, and it does look like the Vlad's in for the Wraith Pact queued up afterwards as well. Another interesting item is KP going into the Scepter. Does provide the break as well if it's able to get that connection with the with the little projectiles that are released. So if you get that onto the Lone Druid, that's going to be really nice to mitigate some of the damage. Have you checked Anna's bear's name as well, by the way?
Oh. Very interesting. Well, I can verify a few of those stats.
Top lane, Thompson. Looks like they're going to be able to get the jump onto the Evoker. Zephyr's nearby to maybe get some bonus movement speed out. But the Ice Blast will connect with the global potential thanks to Q. They're going to be able to bring down Thompson's Invoker. And it looks like Hyde will successfully TP out as well and drop some voice lines in the meantime.
Hasta luego, see you later, he says, and, well, he even puts up the high five as he makes his great escape. Again, really good map play coming out from Talon right now, and it's not like they don't really care about going into the super later stages of this game, right? Because Faceless Void, one of the best heroes for the ultra late game, as long as you're not getting caught out by that initial stun. And Enchantress is going to be
has been slain.
a fourth core, essentially.
Dire's bottom tower is taking many wounds.
Speaking about the Enchantress, he's going to look to pair up with 23 Savage. Easy kill onto Zephyr. A little bit more gold into the bank of that kind of pseudo position 3 that we have from Hyde. Level 12, almost Hurricane Pike. Definitely feels like Talon are more than happy with being able to head into the late game T1. This is, for me, it comes down to the second Roche. If they're unable to get this Aegis, I feel like their lineup has just missed their timing.
Yeah, and speaking of timings, KP, he's got that Aghanim Scepter completed in about a couple of seconds. So much extra damage that you've got coming out. Your projectiles and break is significant too for the reasons that we mentioned. The Lone Druid specifically. I wonder, looks like he's going into the Wraith Pact and the Aeon Disc on Cuckoo. You have to wonder, like, if they're able to get this second Roche, what do you go into? Do you give the Aghanim Shard over to the Dazzle, or do you give it to the Venomancer just to try and catch them out with the
Dazzle.
Using the BKB, or even just the Uproar on KP, or the level 15 talent, just to give them that little bit of an extra stun, you know?
Yeah, I'm actually not quite sure who they give it to, because I think there's even an argument to be made for Thompson to take it. Maybe because he's not too close to the level 20 talent. That extra 80% Chaos Meteor damage is a lot mid lane. Ice Blast onto Ana. Makoto's going to be able to jump as well. Ana, he wasn't ready for it. An unsuspecting move from Talon, and they just blow up the Lone Druid. And that is as soon as Roshan spawns.
Go right on in. They want to take away some of this vision, but Cuckoo positioning himself fairly well, trying to scare off Hyde.
Into the river. Look at the alacrity damage coming up from Zephyr, but the Chronosphere clips off to Thompson, but he was able to get the protection off. They don't have the damage at the moment thanks to the BKB. Let's see if Thompson's going to be able to continue to run himself away. The respect coming up from Talon. They will not enter the high ground. Instead, they're going to deal with the heroes that are still caught outside of the river. Zephyr is able to jump on forward, but Cuckoo, he doesn't have this capability. They should be able to chase him down. The onslaught into the middle, but
what a tornado!
It's Thompson breaks the combination. As T1, they successfully avoided that attempt. What a beautiful move from them. They dealt the split away. Thompson back to the high ground. Cuckoo in the middle, just soaking up abilities. And now Arn is back alive to look to take this Roshan.
Thompson, by far the MVP of that team fight. He was just kiting around Makoto, even able to get him on the retreat. It's all around just protecting this Observer Ward, and I've got an Ancient Apparition. I feel like it should be a lot easier than it was. Ice Vortex on the top. You've got an Enchantress with a Dragon Lance, excuse me, and they just stuck around, kind of dipping their toe in rather than just fighting it completely. Power of that vision again, man.
We do see Aghanim Shard was given over to Thompson. Got that couple of meteors to be landed down as well. Also reduces the cooldown by 15. And Aegis into the hands of Ana. I was saying this second Roche had to be given over to T1. If they weren't able to find it, they would be in a very difficult position for their lineup to be able to combat Talon in the late game. But they've got second Roche, and we again have a pretty close ball game here.
Carnage underway at Radiant's top tower.
This time around, at least they have something that's able to put this tempo up. I mean, look at the speed that they're able to take.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
By Bear that shall not be named.
They again can poke the bear. Then they need to protect him. They're going to do just that. The jump with the KP. He's gone.
Is under
He
attack.
could be
They're
KB.
trying.
Radiant's
No
towers are
opportunities now.
fortified.
Hyde, he's also getting chased down by the bear. Shen's going to be able to slow it down for the moment. The tier 3's already been melted.
That is for certain.
Zephyr is into the middle. The Enchantress posturing aggressively. Makoto's going to look to buy some time, but Savage in the back. Dakota on to 3. It's on the saving support as well. There's going to be no grave to keep them alive. As Savage, he can now turn to try and deal with Cuckoo. A force off into the tree line, but it's not enough. As Savage now, he'll turn his attention towards the Lone Druid off the back of the respawn. Arnold's got nothing to keep him healthy. As Talon, what an incredible high ground defense. They say, screw your Aegis advantage. We can fight into it even down KP.
Man, just getting the perfect counter initiation coming through there from Savage, and they had the damage to come through. It's a pretty scary high ground to have to go into. There is the advantage of what happens if you're clumping up just that little bit too much. High ground, probably the scariest area to be if you're playing on this Dazzle. Can't be far behind, and well, what happens when you get a little bit too close as well. Really on a knife's edge right now. It feels like any single time that T1 win a team fight, it's going to be a full lane of racks, but Talon, excuse me, their team fight is just so far superior.
I mean, that was incredible. They just baited the Enchantress. Hyde was able to 4-staff out. They got the Ice Blast onto 2. And we're not even mentioning the Chrono, which was clicked 3 and got the saving support. And then the Enchantress could just stop pummeling into them. Like, this is looking really scary now for T1. They're gonna have to pull something crazy out of the hat.
A lot of mobility as well, just to be able to get away from the Marcy, to be able to get away from even the Venomancer to a lesser extent, from the Root Spirit Bear, the Ogre Seal Totem, and you got 3 separate 4-staffs in addition to the mobility on Faceless Void and Void Spirits. Very clear. Yeah, the MO coming through here from Talon, it's just kite around these fights as much as possible. Well, they're doing a pretty good job so far. Anytime one of these big team fights break out, always seems to be them on the winning end. Haven't as yet been able to take advantage of it in terms of map control. T1's favor, bottom lane, fairly well pushed in. Deal with top lane a little bit on T1, especially
Ice
considering how
Blast
that last fight
onto
went.
3! Oh my lord! Okay, Makoto. Not gonna follow up. Has already used a couple of his abilities. Luka's on the prowl though. T1 are gonna connect as well. Makoto's in a lot of trouble. They're gonna be able to capitalize. As Talon get a little bit too antsy, they feel like there was an opening for them to take a fight with that ward on the high ground, and well, that'll result in Makoto going down.
No glyph available, bro. They don't have the refresh either. This could be 2 lanes of racks, honestly, just off of 1 death. One bit of poor positioning coming through from Makoto, who just bought out a knife quite recently. Higher. So, nowhere close to having that buyback.
They will have the Chrono up in 8, so I think they can defend.
Still playing scared. Arno was actually just a little bit too far away from the bear to even be hitting the tower. Nutty and someone might need to TP up towards this top side of the map to be able to deal with this push. Maybe we'll do it a little bit, but it feels like T1 could have potentially gotten so much more out of this push.
Dire's top tower is under attacks.
We have Makoto spawning up shortly, so Talon will be playing with the full force. Able to combat into T1, who is still posturing aggressively inside Radiant's territory. In fact, it's going to be T1 that smoked first. They see KP at the moment. Is that the hero you want to jump? In fact, they're going to look for the wraparound. Illusion to work with, nothing too crazy.
Wraith Pact on Cuckoo as well. In factor if he's able to drop that and the pipe as these initiations are coming in on Savage, but
they're going to try and hide. The damage coming through from the main ball as well. They're secure the kill, but Savage, he gets a corner to the cores. The silence blocked as well. They'll click onto Arno, but they haven't been able to blow anyone throughout the ultimate, so maybe they're going to be cautious here on Talon if they want to stick around. KP, a lot of damage out of the pulverize. Going to try and chase him down, but down to the south side. Topship, they'll secure the kill onto the support. but they're still going to be cautious here. Thompson will be able to reposition thanks to the bonus movement speed. The Deafening Blast will push back to Faceless Void as well. Savage, he doesn't want to let them go for free. Another time walk on forward. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up. Are they even considering this, Thompson? What shenanigans are you up to here? How can you pull out of the hat to try and kill off the Faceless Void? And, well, he won't even stick around to make the attempt. With the ultimate on cooldown for the Marcy, they will be lacking the damage, so another kill for 23 Savage.
Illusion.
Just, I want to see the replay, but I want to keep my eyes on this bottom lane just because not Faceless Void still hanging around the area. But if we do get a chance to replay, maybe now if we can, I also want you to put your eyes onto Makoto. They don't hit the perfect Chronosphere. It doesn't hit onto everyone. Dazzler's actually outside of it. But rather than laying damage into it, make sure to get the silence off with the Aghanim Scepter, with the Aether Remnant. You still eventually get it off, but the damage has been done. They're able to pick off a lot of these targets. You take away the healing. Results in such a glorious team play. Great team play once again, realizing what his job is needing in the middle of these team fights. They've got plenty of damage without the Voids.
See how messy these fights can look though. KP charging somewhere, Savage jumping, Makoto doing the same thing as well. Savage is already level 25, man. What the hell? He's 6 levels ahead of the second highest in this game. 23 Savage is having a hell of a game here in the upper bracket final. 7-1-9. Look at the GPN from him, 740. He's well and truly on top, and I'm not quite surprised. I mean, his Faceless Void is always something to fear. They tried to counter it. They've got the lineup to deal with it early, but now that he came online, now that he had an incredible lane, like, we're seeing the issues with killing off and dealing with the Void.
Kodo making sure Savage knows about it. The greedy bid tipping the inconsistent carry coming through here from the two that have previously been shunned by some other members within the SEA region, but they're certainly turning it out in this game so far. Maybe we should call him 25 Savage just because of how quickly he's able to hit up onto a lot of these high levels.
Good old Midas. What an item. He's gonna go Link. I was gonna say, is he gonna go Refresher next? Oh, he's already got Refresher. Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
What if he got
so
two?
Bombed.
What if he could refresh the Refresher?
Oh, that'd be a lot of mana. I don't know what you would do. You might have some issues, but just, what do? You chuck your boots in your backpack or your Midas when it's on cool? Oh, I mean, I don't know. Attack speed's both are really nice in the Void. You just hold triple mangoes.
Hold the People's Gift as well for the extra stats.
Oh, Savage now with a second Chrono for T1 to deal with. Can they actually deal with it, man? I don't know, because Savage has been clipping multiple heroes, what feels like in every single Chronosphere.
It's been a couple of games in a row now where T1 have gone for this, like, pick-off domination, but not necessarily the team fight control, you know? And it's a couple of times now where Talon have identified that big weakness and they've just said, okay, well, if they're not going to have a bunch of stuns, then we just go a lot of ways to be able to get out of it, you know? Primal Beast, plenty tanky. Going into, is that a Shivas that he's picking up, or is it just a casual plate mail of KP? But did Savage just refresh for nothing?
I don't
His
know what
Chrono
the
had like 20 seconds left.
Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, I don't know what the stat. What's for the Midas? Come on.
Sure.
Now. Think smarter.
Let's go with that.
On.
Not thinking like a carry.
Yeah, it's just a support mentality you have. No.
Who would want an ultimate like Chrono in a team?
Oh my lord. Alright, well, CT1 name of the game for them is just looking to split push the map. This mid lane's gonna take a little bit of damage. Alacrity on the catapult. It's gonna take a lot of damage actually. Someone's forced to come back.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'll be able to deal with it. Trying to hunt.
They
Back up to be able to.
They actually, I think, I'm not sure if T1 can 5v5 now at this stage of the game. I think you really have to be considering about trying to split up the map, which is exactly what they're doing, and just looking for the rat play. Because they will push incredibly fast. And even if like a Marcy's there or the Invoker's there with the bear, you just give the Alacrity or Sidekick over. I actually do not think T1 can 5v5 at this stage of the game. So it's potentially something they need to consider.
And that's what Anna thinks as well. Look at his quick buy. He's going into the Aghanim Scepter, so he wants to be able to just throw the bear into a lot of these engagements without putting himself in harm's way.
Q showing's gonna be cautious. In fact, it's the bear that is in a bit of trouble. Would have been an easy kill, especially with KP using the pulverize for that. He's got to resummon on Ana, but this is 2 minutes without now a second bear. And this is where Talon have got a big opportunity. I guess you're lucky that Roche is not spawning for another 2 minutes, so might get away with it.
Big timing's coming. I mean, the true form on the Lone Druid is kind of nice, so maybe Ana's just going to try and bait out his position a bunch of times, where you basically only have like a 10-second downtime on the true form. Just put yourself in team fights, make yourself a much higher priority, and just have the Lone Druid there on the other side of the map. That's how I would be looking to play this one. Once you pick up the axe, of course. Even Q getting very farmed going into the Scythe of Vice, which we've seen a bunch of times. And was it Q last time that we saw him go into that super greedy item that ended up paying up for him? I think it might have been, or Xiao Bonbon, I think it might have been.
What, in the qualifiers so far?
Yeah.
There was one where JG on the Conquer. Support, I'm trying to remember, yeah.
I want to say it was Xiao Bonbon.
A lot of games that have been going on. Now getting towards the tail end here of the qualifiers. Second final day, the upper bracket final, and Talon, they are a couple fights away of booking their ticket into the grand finals. T1 will see. Gonna try and buy some time for them to get towards these next set of items, but again, Talon, they're also getting stronger and stronger.
Indeed, just keeping these lanes shoved out. Thompson makes some rotations. Optimistic play coming through there, and well, now he won't have the BKB considering Roshan's up in 15 seconds. You've got the Hill Troll waiting inside. Exactly what Talon are playing around constantly. T1 doing their best to try and rat out the other sides of the map. Force again that defensive movement, but it won't be quick enough. They won't be able to get that true map control, or maybe they will. I mean, Zephyr's backing him up just for the sidekick to be able to enable a little bit more of that burst damage, and play coming down here from Q. Trying to delay things out as much as he can. Get a pick off on
Look at the instant TPs! Uh-oh! Get out! Zephyr's like, alright, my job's just to get the tier 3 tower, but Savage, his job is trying to catch up to the bear. Find the slow. He's gonna get the bash as well. Looks like the Savage roll will get some distance away. Instant smoke out of Talon though. We've got a 4-on-4 across the map. They do see T1 in the river.
Up by Makoto as well. Can afford to be even more of a menace.
Radiant's bottom barracks are buried
Side, though, it's pushing all the way in. He's starting to come out. I don't know if you want to go for this without your Void Spirit. He is such a key impact in terms of what it means for controlling the Dazzle and the backlines if the Chronos aren't perfect. And playing well so far, Savage, but I don't think you could put that much pressure onto him.
The second observer that just got dewarded as well in the mid lane, so T1 aren't going to have too much vision to play with if a fight does break out.
The Ags now on Ana, though. Make these rat plays happen. Spirit Bear. Bot lane shoved in. Could look to play a little bit more around the Roche pit, perhaps, just so that they need to. He's able to recall it and instantly join it onto the team fight. That'd be big. Playing around this double siege creep wave as well, but not wanting to wait until it has enough time to have a true impact. High ground's KP. Tactical.
Oh, he's going to walk on forward. The 4-star breaks the combo. Savage going to try and catch up to Whitemon as well. He'll be able to get some distance away, but Cuckoo's the one that's in it. Some trouble here is Cuckoo. He'll go down. Meanwhile, the Chronos get to the north, though. Savage. He found 2 heroes, but he didn't catch out Thompson. The Invoker starting to get the combinations going. Meanwhile, the middle to find through Ana. Bashes. The bash at the 23 Savage. Now T1. They need to get more. They committed heavily off the back of these buybacks. They should be able to catch up to Q. Duking down to the south. With the buyback coming out for the Faceless Void, T1 need to respect the capability of Savage rejoining them. KP.
Got the BKB again, and the Chrono again. He used the Refresher previously. He's wanting to play around. They'll have to TP back a little bit. They got the Illusion Runes forcing out bot lane a little bit, but know that this Roshan is the big objective. Man, they got very lucky with some of those bashes coming through, but it's all on the back of Zephyr going for this Abyssal Blade. Pops that Unleash, you're almost
Savage. Hang on,
guaranteeing
Savage.
Shade Lock.
He's got another round of the BKB. Thompson might look to try and bring down the Primal Beast. Savage has the Chrono again. He popped the Refresher. But Wymont's on the outskirts. He should be able to play around with the Grave with the Ice Blast. It's going to prevent Thompson from being able to survive. So he's going to look to deal as much damage possible before they secure the kill. Meanwhile, still inside the middle of the lane though, Cuckoo, he's the one that's in trouble. A 4-star, but it doesn't get enough distance away. He's in the middle of it all. And with Arna nearby to try and help out the bear. Once again, locking onto his target. But it is Simulate will get them out. KP, he wants to go in though. He cancels the pulverize, so somehow Cuckoo's still alive. And this is enabling Arna to have a free fight. We're seeing what the bear can do once he's able to get onto his target. Thompson, he's going to jump in though. Thompson, he knows no way to stop.
Eventually be forced to, though. The team just not feeling confident with all those buybacks being expended. Around the Roche pit, and this would be really valuable to be giving over to Thompson. I think that buyback just to be able to get back into this and be able to quickly close in enough. KP has the BKB to be able to play around with. Is he going to be quick enough though? The charge coming through.
The Ice Blast charging as well. KP to disrupt. He's got it. The Ages as well. He snagged up the Ages and Immortal. Now Makoto's going to jump into the middle. They need to keep Thompson alive.
He got everything.
BKB gets some distance. The Invoker should be able to step up to the high ground thanks to the Ghost Block, and he's okay. Can they set themselves up for round 2 though on T1? The bear, priority number 1. They'll drag it back with the Remnant. The damage is stacking up for high, but it's not enough to get the summon. And in fact, Arna's going to look to TP out the bear, but the use of the pulverize, it'll keep it locked into the middle of the team fight. Down goes Arna's bear. They'll get rid of Zephyr as well.
No bear for 95 seconds. They know this as well.
Tower is
They're
under
just going to be able to move on forward. Not anywhere close to being able to pick up a refresher. Got all this net worth on the low druid, but it is useless.
Dire's bottom
Basically
tower
playing on
is
5,000 net
taking
worth right now.
many wounds.
Savage even getting the nice little arcane rune. He's going to be harassing even more with the time dilation, or even just the push aspect.
Dire's middle
What a
tower
big fight. They
is
got
under
everything from that
attack.
Roche as well. Refresher picked up by KP, I believe.
If
Get
Dire's
the
middle
cheese
tower
over the
was
Savage.
worth a damn,
Aegis,
it
of
would
course,
still
saw
be
big
standing.
impact in that team fight. Got the sacrifice as well.
Thompson has to go absolutely crazy.
Middle tower
We're going to be able to hold the base here. And that is difficult now because you're going into a Lotus Orb onto KP. He can protect himself if he wants to charge in. Thompson, that's an aggressive blink. He's forced to pop a BKB as well. Thompson's in trouble. Ice Blast into the middle of the Grave's not going to do anything. It's out to the northern side. They get on top of the Dazzle. Thompson's down without a buyback. And Talon, I think they've done it. Onto Cuckoo next. No space as Talon. They'll take over T1 territory. Your base is now mine.
Middle tower has fallen.
Oh yes it is, not even bothering to go for the rack. Straight tier 4, says Savage. Might be, yeah, time walks back. It's the PTSD coming from previous qualifiers all the way back in TI 9. He got all the way to game 5 to be able to go to TI. He doesn't want to give it up again in a similar sort of fashion. Going for the safer play, but with no buybacks being expended, they're just going to want to go on forward. It's going to be all up to Zephyr and Ana to be able to defend this, bringing it to a game 3. But Arna's able to do it.
Jump in, primary attempt. Bye-bye Zephyr. He's got a buyback. But
Another chrono.
Another round of the chrono. And this time, it's on to the real hero. On to Arna at the front of the fountain. Now they'll go for Zephyr as well. And why not fountain dive against some players who are well known for it? Talon. What an incredible series. They are yet to drop a map in the TI qualifiers. They will book their ticket in the grand finals.
Big smiles coming all around, and very well worth it, right? And the thing that most impressed me is that they played it in the Talon style. These weren't 30-minute victories. These were games that they played on their terms, able to drag it out. Game 1, 56 minutes. This one, 46. And they were still able...
care to go another round? Oh, tough break.
Banyak tuh mau main nggak? Weekly bonus.
Gua aja belum buka ini Aegis.
Aegis.
Ini cakep sih seladar ini ininya. Mana ya? Seladar.
To the fight.
Jam 5 katanya.
Ini jam berapa sih? Setengah jam lagi.
Ya main aja.
Ya masih dia.
Your turn to ban. 5 seconds remaining.
Yo carry.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Tutup ya. Yo. Wah, gini mah cerita gue main magical nih.
Kenapa emang?
Gak bisa ngehit. Gue dropin FPS orang.
Mesti bikin
For staff.
Admiral Conquer.
CPS.
Set my prepare for battle. Full sail ahead. By your compass. Don't worry, lads. This one's in the bag. 30 seconds to battle. It's not time yet. I go.
It's in the bag!
So you say. I'm not ready. I. Batten the hatches. The battle begins.
Oop.
Run up the sail while we've got the tide. Fair enough.
Lihat dulu siapa di bawah ini.
A new course.
Di atas.
As you wish.
Mars di atas sama Venom.
I change tacks.
Kayaknya.
Betul.
Atau ada Venom kan? Ada Venom sama siapa ya?
Fair enough. Gold for my chest. I go.
Menurut lu kita laki-laki macam apa? Hah?
As you wish. I'm under attack.
Ajarlah. Ini loh. Pikir gue takut.
Of course.
还说得去杀了他吧。
By your
Ay, ay,
first
ay, ay,
blood.
ay, ada di sini,
And
Teh.
here
Teh.
come the sharks.
Lu pikir kita laki-laki macam apa, anjay?
A cat in this crowd.
Siapa ya?
I change tack.
Kalau kena tebas, ente. Macem.
Full sail ahead. A new course. Set my jib. Fair enough. You don't have the sand. I. So you say.
Bawa sini.
A new course. Full sail ahead. Your middle tower is under attack.
Wah, habis.
I go.
Mana.
Of course.
Terus.
Your actions are without
Run you through.
Aduh, udah nyala. Ah, kecewa.
Here's a yardarm for you. I'm under attack. Rising tide.
Sini.
Set my jib. As you wish.
Anjir. Ya.
I change tacks. By your compass.
Duh, gue pengen narik creep.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Di sentry ya?
I. I go.
Ntar gantian dong, gue mau pulang.
Of course. Fair enough.
Oke.
Not yet.
Udah, gue pulang dulu ya.
By your compass. As you
Let's
wish.
go. Gantian. Let's go, kita perangin. Asem.
A new force. Full sail ahead. No.
Gue bete.
Set my jib. I change tacks. Yo-ho-ho! Look sharp. No.
Anjing nggak kena pe. Alah, dinai gua, dinai. Anjir. Oke, alright. Primal.
Double kill.
Silentnya. Anjir. Ini yang perang cuma di atas, cuy.
Man never steps into the same sea twice. A new course. So you say. Hand it over. Attack. Fair enough. As you wish. Of course. By your
Ayo,
compass.
enam. Ada ward kayak di sini.
Full sail ahead. It's not time yet. I go. Set my jib. It's not time yet. Ramming.
Ah, Raffi! Wow. Tiba-tiba ada yang bawa ini.
I'm not ready.
Padahal di sini tadi di bawah.
Of course.
Radiant structures are fortified with 12 important vitamins and minerals.
I change tack. I'm under attack. As you wish.
Fuck you, Mars. Oke. Kenapa ada orang rame sekali, guys? Buset dah, rame banget. Mampus lu. Mantap. Ngeri, weh. Ngeri.
Invisibility.
Ayo. Lawan, cuk.
Fair enough. Collision course.
Gua dong dapat, anjing gak dapat.
Full sail ahead. Your top tower is being hacked to pieces. The devil to pay.
Gitu dong.
A new course.
Mending pakai punya gua, Pe.
Like ash,
Tukaran yuk.
the dire structures cannot be hurt.
Tukaran. Nih,
I go.
Ya aja gue BKB dulu.
I'll drag your bleeding head along. Your bottom tower is under attack. By your compass, your bottom tower.
Ih.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Ayo ke bawah. Temen gua nggak punya TP.
Splay your blood across the deck. Yes. Set my jib. So you say.
Dihajar lah. Bunuh gua, bunuh gua, bunuh gua. Anjir. Gitu dong. Nunggu banget anjir. Gua 69% kena magical. Jadi gua pakai Eternal Shroud sama BKB dulu. Damage belakangan. Cuma butuh apa? Itu doang. Apa sih namanya? Yang hilang ini? Silver Edge. Itu doang yang gua butuh.
The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower. I'll take that.
Mikir damage terus.
Full sail ahead.
Ada yang narik.
Enggak, gua.
Your middle tower is under attack. The enemy's bottom tower has fallen. That slides. By your compass.
Lanjutlah.
I'm not ready.
Ada ini.
Keel haul the lot of them. I go.
Sekarang. Ini dulu.
Full sail ahead. Radiant's towers are fortified, just like Axe. Black King bounty. As you wish. Ramming speed. I'm not ready. Double kill. A new ball.
Terus lah. Gua nggak pernah takut anjing. Satu. Ada semua ya. BKB.
May you ride on another zephyrs.
BKB. Tahan gua sampai BKB anjir. Ini juga.
All ship shape from stern to scupper. Of course. Step lively now. Your admiral is on board. Set my jib. My sails, so you say. So you say. This'll trim your sails. Batten the
Atas,
hatches.
Pak.
Oh, sad for you.
Of course. I'm a collision. Look sharp.
What the fuck? Mau dilawan apa mundur? Hah?
I go.
Cukup lah ya.
As you wish.
Iya, gue yang beradu, lu yang dapat hasilan terakhir.
I change that.
Ya.
By your compass. Ha! Regeneration! Splay your blood across the decks. He'll hold the lot of them.
Sosokan, makanya BKB. Nanti ngena.
You don't have your
What the fuck, kena anjing?
You're a trusty mate.
BKB, kau maju sendiri aman, ya kan? Iya enggak, Pak? Kalau dia BKB aman.
That your bottom tower is not dire structures are fortified.
Ini BKB. Ente BKB tuh menang. Ayo, bro.
Collision course. Full sail ahead. No. Your middle tower is fallen.
Bilangin
Could
kok.
be worse. Or could it?
Maju. Mana?
The enemy has a bomb coming with your middle tower. Not yet. A new course. Fair enough.
Anjing hilang dia, Cok. Anjing hilang dia.
This'll trim your sail. Your bottom tower is under attack. Dire structures can take all the hurt Radiant cares to heap upon it. Axe is glad that your bottom tower is not Axe's problem.
Tuh, time to sleep.
A new course. Of course. Run you through. Your top tower is under attack. Much like Axe's opinion of you, your top tower has fallen. Ramming speed. Full sail ahead.
Tuh, gua udah BKB
Your
anjing.
top tower is under attack.
Kalian
Set my jib.
ini.
Your top tower is being hacked to pieces. It's not time. No room to swing a cut. Welcome back. I'm under attack. Not yet. You don't have the size.
terus. Hit lah, cok. Itu loh BKB dulu. Sini. WR.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Ini buat siapa? Hah? Itu buat siapa?
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Dire structures are fortified. Super structures are fortified. Like you can't even imagine.
Pak ngapain MKB?
The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower. Your middle tower is under attack.
Pak MKB ngapain?
Would shed a tear for your middle tower. Dire structures can take all the hurt Radiant cares to heap upon it.
I change tacks. Step lively now. Your admiral is on board. Keel haul the lot of them. It's not time yet. By your company.
Wow, balik nih. Lu MKB. Astaga, udah BKB goblok.
Full sail ahead. I'm up to your ho-ho. Victory.
Ya lagi.
Your middle barracks are under attack.
Lagi.
More axe line.
Rising tide. Of course. A new course. Set my jib.
Ini nih.
I'm not ready. I. Run you through. No room to swing at.
The enemy's middle tower has
Jadi lah.
I go. Now battle. As you wish.
Udah gua mati.
double kill.
Nah, back. Back. Balik. Udah jauh.
The Radiant now pick through Roshan's bones for shiny objects.
Delay that last order. I change tacks. A new course.
Your top tower is under attack.
Rank lah segame.
I go.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
I'm not ready. As you wish.
Pepe minta Pe. Dah. Gua skadi dah.
Set my jib.
Wow.
Daedalus. Full sail ahead.
Axe is glad that your bottom tower is not Axe's problem.
Anjing gua disap cu.
Your top tower is being hacked to pieces. Double kill.
Not yet.
Nakal banget.
Fair enough.
Lu Battle Fury mah?
Enggak, cliff.
Oh, ada cliffnya.
Ada 100% cliff.
Buset, Battle Fury gratis. Ya, kurang lagi sepatu.
As you wish. By your compass.
The only Radiant hides behind their fortifications.
I'm not ready. I go.
Dapat itu. Lah nggak dapat, anjir.
Step lively.
Ada ulti.
Your
Pakai
admiral is
ulti
on
lah.
board. I'll drag your bleeding head along. I grow stronger.
Ini.
A new course. I change tacks.
Ikut BKB.
或者去杀了他吧。
I
Atas P. Gua TP.
fair enough.
The enemy's top tower has fallen. Do not miss this chance to push your advantage.
Of course. Set my jib.
Gak usah sosokan.
Sail at me.
Ini lu.
I'm under attack. Splay your blood across the deck.
Gak bisa gua ajar aja. Wah. Nih. Ini lu.
I scorch your name in the book of...
Gua aja sendirian cu. Coba lihat cu. Ini lu. Ada ini. Selamatin. Ayo. Ini pakai. Injak. Ini pakai. Underlord. Ini dipakai. Nah. Bayangkan nonton porno tuh. Ngapain? Party pengecut. Kita di mana? Sama dulu anjir.
Why are your middle barracks standing there undefended?
Ayo.
So you say. Go for my chest. I
Nih gua. Aduh. Kabur dia. Ya udah.
Kayaknya masih bikin.
by your
Next deh ya.
Why are your middle barracks
Tapi gua nggak bisa
standing there
nge-hit.
undefended?
Kalau gue bikin
I
hex,
change tacks.
kocak dong.
Set my jib.
Kenapa gue tidak ganim duluan, bos? Lupa anjir.
Full sail ahead. Fair enough. A new course.
Pikir gue nggak lihat kacamata. Keluar dulu. Kenapa gituin anjing? Goblok. Belakang.
So you say.
Lu aja kan boleh.
Back to port. A new course.
Gas kan. Ada RS nggak? Nggak
As
lah.
you wish. Of course.
Radiant structures are fortified with 12 important vitamins and minerals. Radiant's towers are fortified, just like axe.
I go.
Lihat situasi dulu. Balik.
Fair enough. Full sail ahead. I go. By your compass.
Healing dulu.
I.
Your middle barracks are under attack.
Tunggu. Ini 10 detik loh. Lu mati cuy. Anjing gua malah yang mati asyik.
Your middle barracks are under attack.
Awesome. Malah gua yang ketarik PP. Ih, gua juga nggak ada PP.
Your middle tower is under attack. Axe will shed a tear for your middle tower, but Axe does not cry.
Tebal itu Pak, tebal Pak. Lu punya ini. Cupu.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your ancient is
Katanya
under
Abi,
attack.
rank lah segame. Dia baru level 1.
ancient blade protection and victory!
Orang JDC kayak gitu aja nggak kena badan. Cupu. You cupu. WL.
Tadi dia ngomong apa sih aku?
Tahu patalang baboy. Siling kalang wang.
Dia sendiri kan. Mau mana boy?
Tuh kan ngereng kan si Robby sama anu.
Gimana ya?
Cupu ente.
Kita suruh buka WA.
Tuh kan Omnesnya.
Your turn to ban. 5 seconds remaining.
Apa nih kita?
Ayo atas.
Apain itu?
Ya udah bawa lah. Kunta.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
We're all in the same boat. Here's a yardarm for you.
Ini gua geber lah, anjay.
Prepare for
Siapa ya?
battle.
Gua geber.
You're wondering. It's in the bag. Nothing touches the heart like my venom.
Set my jib. Don't worry, lads. This
Mencahin
one's in the
aja.
bag.
Lah.
30 seconds to battle.
Mecahin ini doang.
As you wish. Fair enough.
Mau bikin apa? Gloves of Haste. Mau bikin minigun.
I change tacks.
You'll be forever alone.
Lu nanti ngambil lane aja.
Full sail
The
ahead.
battle begins.
Run up the sail while we've got the tide. Fair enough. So you say.
Ладно, смотрим дальше.
As you wish.
Siapa yang DC sih? Mars.
By your compass.
Planet Mars.
I change tacks. I. Set my jib.
hit.
Of course. Run you through. Attack! I go.
Tebel banget, Cok.
So you say. Set my jib. Full sail ahead. Coming through. Fair enough.
Emang kita laki-laki macam apa?
First blood, and that is how
Lah habis skripnya.
in the know.
Your compass.
Itu nggak kemana ya anjir.
Look sharp.
Ditarik kayaknya. Pe.
I. Of course.
Kaget banget muter-muterin. Terus.
Your middle tower is under attack. 8 bells and all's well. As you wish. I'll drag your bleeding head along. Keelhaul the lot of them. I go.
Mati lah.
No room to swing a cat in this crowd.
Gue pikir kabur dia cuy.
Splay your blood across the deck.
Radiant structures are fortified with 12 important vitamins and minerals. Structures are fortified.
I.
Cah.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
This'll trim your sails. I go.
Ayo rusuh di atas ya.
I change tacks.
Mau rusuh di atas nggak? Enggak, gua rusuh di sini.
Away.
Mid. Gua rusuh
So
mid.
you say.
Power dulu.
You don't have the sack.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Run you through.
Your top tower is under attack.
As you wish. Your ship has sailed.
Your top tower is under attack.
No room to swing a cat in this crowd.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen. Axis getting misty-eyed.
Set my jib. Of course.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Moving I aid by your compass. Oh, that's good. This'll
Anjir,
trim
baru
your
gua
sails.
pukul.
By your compass.
The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower.
Set my jib.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Your middle tower has fallen.
Aye.
Awas, ngalangin lu, boy.
Fair enough.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Casu! Wajib!
Wah, yang gula bukan.
Your bottom tower has fallen. Are you going to do something about that?
So you say.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Battle Fury. As you wish. Ha! He'll hold the lot of them. A new course. Of course. Aye. Of course. So you say.
Lah. Kok mati?
By your company. Gold from my chest. I change tacks. I go. I grow stronger. As you wish. Full sail ahead. A new course. Ramming speed. Back so soon.
Anjir, gak sempat mukul dong. Gak sempat mukul gua anjay. Iya
Fair
benar.
enough. Axe is glad that your bottom tower is not Axe's problem. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Attack! Aye. A new course. Of course.
Lo Luna nggak jadi mati.
As you wish. Step lively now. Your admiral will kill. By your compass. I go. I'm under attack. Not so safe harbor, eh? I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Gila, sakit
Not
banget.
yet.
Sakit banget.
Ha! Welcome back.
Gue ikut lah.
I changed that.
Terusnya di di rumah. Mundur lah bro.
Splay your blood across the deck. Full sail ahead. I go. Collision course. Hook shot.
Ditendang pantatnya cetas.
New force.
Pantatnya ditendang. Pang.
Batten the hatches.
Of course.
Southerex guide my arrows.
I. Set my jib. Gold for my chest. My sails fill. So you say.
Acid antidote. You were just
I change tacks. As you wish. By your command.
such a brittle liar.
Yo-ho-ho! I'm under attack. Full sail ahead.
Hey, weather coming, bro.
Like the dire structures cannot be hurt.
Oh, pas banget, Pe.
The kill. Double kill.
That's some stone. Bit back.
Tendang lah. Belum. Mantap.
Triple kill.
Snow says no.
Gak ada buster padahal. Assalamualaikum, waalaikumsalam. Belakang.
Myself. Fair enough.
Owly
Not
shot.
yet. Attack! Assault cuirass. Yes, my strength grows. Collision course.
Bangsat.
Not yet.
Bangsat. Ah, BKB. Dagon. Wah, hit aja tuh. Mampus. Sikat, Pe. Wah, the power of Dagon anjir. Dagon semua.
Since I only wanted to kill everyone.
I depart
Perang
once
terus.
again. I go. It's not time yet. Of course. Set my jib. As you wish. Fair enough. A rising tide. By your compass.
Your top tower is under attack.
Whoa, what'd I miss? Yo-ho-ho! Now that's a fail, folks.
Do the mad move.
Ayo.
This'll trim your sail.
The enemy has a bone to pick with your middle tower.
Cut those sand down into little pieces. So you say. Booty. I grow stronger.
Let's go, Brain. Confirm. Venom.
Sail ahead.
Ayo abang jago.
Of course. Double damage. A new force. Ramming speed. Now that was a
Mutar ya.
failed bolt. I.
Pak, itu loh yang itunya itu, yang stunnya itu.
Tower is under attack.
Stunnya itu. Tuh kalau nggak didatangin mati itu linknya. Lagi. Ini.
Triple kill. You were out of your weight class.
Oke.
The enemy's middle tower has surrendered. Two grass is glad that your bottom tower
Gua dorong bawah.
is not Axe's problem. Puny Radiant hides behind their fortification.
A rising tide.
Magical habis kau.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Coba kita tes kau pakai Pukna
The enemy's middle
skillmu.
tower has fallen. Oh, good day, sir, indeed. The enemy's middle barracks make a nice pile of rubble.
Fair enough.
The enemy's middle barracks have fallen. Would have been faster with axe.
I'm under attack. I'm buoyed up.
The enemy's
bro.
bottom tower has fallen. That was spectacular.
Gua ngebiarin karena si Uskarnya masih ada agak. Ayo guys, sama lu. Ayo lah, udahlah, power aja lah. Iya. Makanya gua nggak usah maju lah. Power lebih it's good. Aja 14.000.
No room to swing a cat in this crowd.
The enemy's bottom barracks have fallen. Do not miss this chance to push for advantage. Puny Radiant hides behind their fortifications.
A scepter to rule the rolling sea. I'll drag.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Splay your blood across the
The
deck.
enemy's top barracks.
Mari kita buat ombak terbaik, bro.
You now have mega creeps.
Fair enough.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
I go.
Hey!
By your coming.
So-so-so-soan.
Triple kill.
Full sail ahead.
Dire victory.
Yo. Sini ikut. Berarti to win one lose. Abang jago, sangar abang jago. Ayo lo mau main. Cancel dulu dong. Ayo boy. Tapi perasaan Luna yang nggak keluar ya. Dia pakai Agarim tapi pakai ini. Mom. Oh, siapa yang main? Tim Secret sama Nikma nih. Tim Secret sama Nikma. Mau main? Menang Tim Secret.
Udah menang Tim Secret.
Nih 1-0.
Piye kabare lur, dino iki aku gawe bubur. Wingi ra masak soalnya aku loro. Iki masaknya anak kos keren.
Tantearemo sia sia high ground di sa.
Allies disappear.
Ay super no
Could have been big there.
Double damage.
And now Nick, the one spreading the map. Kuroki. Bottom lane to farm. He's got a BKB now, surely. He's back on his courier. They're going to get a takedown on Nisha, though. Back in the top lane. He shows. Quickly picked up by Enigma. He's dead for 50 seconds.
I think he believed that they had backed off on Nigma because Kuroki TP'd.
The bait.
That's the only way I can rationalize that move.
They're going to try and go with Kuroki now here. His courier starting with a BKB on it. Gets Dragon Tail and arrowed, though. And inside that. Fire, they got back heal. That's not enough. Kuroki still dies, but they're caught in the monkey stun. Drop from the tree. Has to BKB inside this. We're going to does grab a double with the both towards Dark from the side. And Bristol is fighting back. He's standing his ground. He's not going to win that. Scrap though. Miracle too strong with the punches left and right. As Nigma, a 3-for-2 trade all is considered.
That we talked about it in the draft at the start of the game. This basher on Miracle lets him stand up to the monkey. Getting that amount of attack, not letting him get off the Jingu stack and getting all that life steal. Because yeah, he is a formidable boy.
He's not been in his chair in Miracle's swinging punches.
Yeah.
His player count is an empty chair. Oh, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, 18 extra armor and he wasn't able to stick it.
I just need a little more there. Nisha does get caught by that split earth. And Kuro onslaughting into the tree, spotting Marana and the monkey. He's going to BKB up and try and tramp back to the rest of his team. Look at him also working from that X-Mark boat. Well timed by him to dodge from Nietzsche's initiation plans. Does get clipped. They've got Iron Tether, Sunray from Mind Control. Oh. Cool. Off.
Could make a flight for when the Aegis expires, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, Secret have all their BKBs. Surveil going to try and force them to use them, though. And gets the rupture in on the Nisha. Supernova back as well. The heals on the Sumail, keep him alive. And he's going to burn for the damage he's got. Tidebringer did a lot of damage there onto Kuro, but Zion's the one to fall first. Now the team life. And diving forward aggressively to try and keep Secret away from this. So Leshrac, another X mark from Nisha. The follow through is lacking now. They bought back Kunkka, cannot buy back Mirana. Holding their tier 3s for now as Stigma will retreat. Scam times for Team Secret.
They're doing a lot of damage. To be fair to them, they saved them off pretty well there. It was just a kind of fear of committing in super hard because your BKBs were starting to run out because they was at ages. But Crystallis also didn't have his Wukong's command during that fight, and now he has it up. Honestly, I would feel pretty confident actually off the back of his defense.
Alright, when Enigma lost their internet connection, they didn't reconnect with the cams. That's why things are a little bit stuck.
Okay.
So yeah, those are the cams from, 30 odd minutes ago. Yeah, looked like GH was also stuck, freeze framed as well. Gambit, Enigma, Yule's initiation, no chance to lead from Zayat. Pulverized and dead for 40 seconds again. Super cooldown remaining, relocates back up. Enigma thinking about that high ground again. Well, this is where Secret could start spreading the map a little bit. It would be nice to have Crystallis top just pushing out, but it looks like set his sights on defending hard in this bottom lane.
You gotta be set up for this, and also I think Enigma have shown that they're willing to run heroes up there and search for you. They got that 4 down. Things are a little scary for Crystallis to go top.
Right. Now Wukong's down. Rezo blinks on Sumail. He's good back up though, saved by the tether relocate. X-Mark's not going to work out as that Split Earth shard really causing problems on the staircase of Secret. They can't press forward. They are hemmed back in their base.
Being able to defend properly last push that the Wukong lose that is a pretty big blow.
Kuroki pulverized towards this. Poor Kuroki needs the BKB to be defensive, and the Sunray looking to burn through, forcing Secret back into their fountain. Now they've got no BKBs, no Wukongs, and they on its lane of barracks. So Miracle turning to defending blocks with BKB. He's all safe and sound for Sumail, but he goes back with a help of the Tripper Rezo, fine puppy Chen. Don't want to buyback in on the DK's got hurt for Secret.
Top tower is under attack.
Enigma now can think about buildings. Edict's back up in 10 seconds for so just clear the way, aim for barracks. And you know that Secret don't have the cooldowns they require to defend their base.
Got the poke though.
Try with his X-Mark arrow play. Phoenix getting caught out, the heals from Io keeping it alive, and they turn onto the Monkey King. The pulse super damage, Sumail, a miracle, they make it work.
Radiant's bottom
90 seconds without your Kunkka now. So that's a 3-lane bottom. Shift into mid. Enigma looking for this game 2 victory.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's been a good one, honestly. I mean, you've got to keep looking for how Secret can somehow make it. But honestly, you might really not give them that option. I think Kuroki's done such a lovely job this game. Such tank. Honestly, just needs so much attention, right? He's always on the back. Even in that push, he's just in the back line. In there, making them hit him, making them use spells on him, and giving Miracle and Samantha space to do what they want.
Look at Miracle's blinking in like that. Absolutely gonna go the distance.
Middle barracks.
Secret need to mount defense. Buildings are falling very quickly. Miracle is aiming for Rezo. Eruption of radiance. He's a no blink initiation. You tank your stunner. He's gonna have to BKB here by his power. And they're actually bringing Miracle very low. Can it be killed by the Sunray? No. The tether comes, but GH now in harm's way. They'll tip their sights on the Io. The person down, a Secret hold. Malinax mid still stands. And Crystallis with a double kill.
Can they go more? What can they get from this? Mid tower? The DD top. They won't be able to put on the red Bloodseeker though. Already jumping forward. Looks like they just have fun for now. Slowly push these waves out, reclaim a little bit of map control. Get some D-wards, put some wards down. Anything you can really do to sort of reset the game is big for Secret right now.
Back my half for Roche. The big streak to take from Miracle as well. Like Crystallis ended up getting thousands of gold from that defense.
Oh,
2.5 1,000 damage. You got 1,600 gold.
My thrift rewards.
That's a lot of friggin' gold. He's got a Deso now. I mean, we've seen the damage that he's been outputting in these defenses, even with just a Boundless Strike without Jingu stacks. It's kind of nutty. And now you're slamming a Desolator on top of that. I mean, he is scaling. He is formidable. We saw last game just how much damage this Monkey King could do. Enigma just need to make sure that they're playing this next 5 minutes perfectly. You need to fight proper for this Roche, and then they need to siege.
Guys, mandi dulu ya. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye.